Hello, this is Dave Hurwitz, Executive Editor at ClassicsToday.com, with good news. I mean, really good news. Australian Eloquence has taken all of Marilyn Horne's Mahler song cycle recordings and put them on a single CD. I mean, it's about time, for heaven's sake. We've had all of these singers, lots and lots of singers doing Mahler song cycles. But when one of the greatest singers in the entire 20th century gets into that repertoire that really has some of the greatest songs ever written, you would think that they would be coupled on a CD, but they never were. The Record Leader are making their first appearance on CD here. Of course, they're in the Marilyn Horne, the big Decca box, too. And the other two song cycles, well, what happened was the Record Leader and Songs of a Wayfarer appeared on a single disc. They're with the Los Angeles Philharmonic, conducted by Zubin Mehta. The Kindertotenlieder are with the Royal Philharmonic, conducted by Horne's Horne's husband, Henry Lewis. But they were always coupled with those pesky Wesendonck-Lieder by Wagner. Now, Horne sings those magnificently, but I have to be honest, I couldn't care less about the Wesendonck-Lieder. Seriously, if any other composer other than Wagner had written them, and they didn't have a salacious background story, with Matilda Wesendonck and her husband and Wagner, all of that, would we care? Would we really, really care about them? I don't know. They're not bad, certainly, but next to the Mahler Lieder, who are we kidding, right? Okay, so that out of the way, let's talk a little bit about Marilyn Horne. Now, as you know, Marilyn Horne has never been known as a Mahler singer, not in the way that, say, Maureen Forrester or Christa Ludwig or Janet Baker, those singers were. But first of all, she's a fantastic recitalist and always has been. Second of all, her German is impeccable. She started her career, I think it was in Gelsenkirchen. She started singing opera in Germany, in German, and her German is first rate, and that's not an issue at all. Third, she's indicated that she thinks Ich bin der Welt abhanden gekommen is like the greatest song ever written. It's the one she wants sung at her funeral. She has great feeling for this music. And fourth, she is such a great singer. She could sing the Telephone Directory and we should listen to it. We don't, I think, give her all the credit that she deserves. When you look at the list of her accomplishments as a singer, in addition to being, one of the linchpins of the bel canto revival in the second half of the 20th century, she was one of the lodestars of the Baroque opera revival at the same time. And she always had a great interest in unusual repertoire. Remember, she did Massenet's La Navarrese. She did Padmavati by Roussel. She took on roles that other singers wouldn't touch because she could do it. And she can do Mahler. She's also sung Irrlicht, in the Second Symphony, in the Claudio Abbado recording. She does the alto solos in James Levine's recording of Mahler Third. She is no stranger to the world of Mahler, and these performances are uniformly magnificent. She brings not only great feeling to her interpretation of the text, but a technique that, let's face it, there isn't another singer alive singing Mahler who has anything like her ability to spin out a legato line or to, sustain a phrase. She's unbelievable. And these performances, including that Ich bin der Welt abhanden gekommen in the Record Leader, are extraordinary. And also, let's not downplay Zubin Mehta as a Mahler interpreter. These are some of the best accompaniments that these songs have ever received. And Henry Lewis also does an excellent job in the Kindertotenlieder. These are, in short, absolutely essential acquisitions for anybody who is serious about Mahler Mahler singing and Mahler leader. And I really think that it's sort of astonishing that no one has ever really given these performances the attention they deserve. Perhaps because Marilyn Horne is more famous for other things, or she already has enough acclaim, and you want to talk about the other singers who are sort of Mahler specialists. But her musicality, her technique, and her intelligence are such that we really can't afford to ignore what she has to say in Mahler. So with that said, I can't recommend strongly enough that you grab this Eloquence reissue of Marilyn Horne singing the three great Mahler song cycles, Songs of a Wayfarer, Kindertotenlieder, and the Rückertlieder. You will be as thrilled as I was to have them all in one inexpensive, convenient package that you can savor over and over again for the rest of your life. Thank you, folks, and please keep on listening.